Welcome to Retirement Ramblings. I'm Scott, and today is day 318 in my countdown to retirement. So today I had early morning meetings for work with folks in Latvia and the UK. So those ended by 10 o'clock this morning. And then afterwards, I took my wife to pick up her prescription eye medication. And apparently the doctor had written it as, either the brand name or a generic version of the brand name. And so the pharmacy automatically fills it with the generic if the doctor adds that as an option. Well, in this particular case, the generic was twice as much as the brand name drug. So we had already paid for it. We asked them what the branded version was going to cost. They told us. Then they credited, so we gave them back the generic. They credited us back, the money we just paid for it. And then they substituted it with the brand name that was, like I said, less than 50% of the price of the generic. So my wife's got what she needed for that. And that was kind of an interesting experience. Then my wife has been asking me to try out a restaurant that she likes to go to with her twin sister called Bahama Breeze. I had never eaten there. So today I took her there for lunch, and we both had coconut shrimp tacos with Bahamian seafood chowder. And so the tacos are flour tortillas filled with a pineapple chutney, tomato salsa, sriracha aioli, and shredded cabbage along with coconut shrimp. And then the chowder is a classic creamy chowder with shellfish and vegetables. So overall, it was pretty tasty. I had no complaints with it. I would get it again. I guess the only comment that I made to my wife was I really didn't taste the coconut on the shrimp. It just tastes like fried shrimp, with the exception of one bite where I could actually taste the coconut. But other than that, it was, like I said, it was pretty tasty. Then my wife has been worried for some time about the prongs on her engagement ring wearing down and worrying about her diamond falling out. So based on where we were, there was a Jared Jewelers not far from where we had lunch. So we went in there, showed them the ring. They gave her a price on whatever, I guess it's called retipping the prongs. But when they did an inspection, they suggested to her for the same price as just retipping, they could replace the whole, I'm going to call it the cage, but I know that's not the right word, but it's like the housing that the diamond sits on top of the ring itself. Basically, I guess they must cut it off right at the flat part and then put on another one that's got all brand new tips or whatever, and then reseat the diamond in it. Anyway, we moved forward with that, and so she'll be able to get her ring back. And the tips have held up for almost, well, actually, 40 years, and hopefully after this adjustment, it'll hold up for the rest of our marriage, and I won't have to worry about it. But anyway, we did that. And then I've been waiting to pick up some organic smoked paprika from Sprouts. I happen to like the bulk one that they carry, and they've been out of it for quite a while. So on our trip home, we were passing a Whole Foods. I ran in there, went looking for the same thing. They didn't have it either. So, I'm going to have to check around to some other local stores to see whether I can locate it, or potentially have to drive to another, first call another Sprouts, which is about 35 minutes away from where I live, and confirm that they have it, and if they do, drive over there to get it, because I create a spice rub, and this particular one is the basis for the entire rub, and if you don't get the right smoke flavor, the rest of it's is a waste. So anyway, then I took my wife over to Publix, and they had Marie Callender bowls on sale this week on BOGO where they effectively net out to $2.20 per meal, and so she likes eating those for quick lunches. So she picked up a bunch of those to fill up in the freezer. And then at the end of the day, I spent the remainder of my time for several hours watching my PMP certification class. I need to complete 35 hours of online education for PMP, which is the Project Management Professional Certification. To be able to sit for the exam, the exam's 100 and I think it's either 120 or 150 questions, and it's a 4-hour exam. So I'm hoping to complete all the education and then sit for the exam, before the end of March. And that's really, to accommodate for one of two things. One, either my job going away prior to when I expected to at the end of the year retire, or two, even if I make it to the end of the year, having the PMP certification provides me with flexibility where if I want to go and do a short-term contract, let's say for 3 months or something, I can have one of the local contracting companies work with them. They'll place me someplace, and I can go pick up some money should I have a shortfall somewhere in my planning process, or we get hit with some bills that are way beyond what I had forecast. I'd at least like to have the flexibility of having the certification, and the certification lasts for 3 years. And then during that 3-year period, you have to do 60 hours of continuing education to have it extend for the following 3 years. So, that's probably what I'll do, because that would take me all the way to age 70. And, in doing that, I definitely will not be doing project management, short-term engagements, or otherwise once I'm 70. I will be taking my Social Security at that time, and so any shortfalls that I would have in what I had already planned, Social Security should pick up. So anyway, that's my update for today. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section down below, or drop me an email at myretirementramblings@gmail.com. Otherwise, I look forward to talking with you tomorrow. Take care. Have a great evening.